Hello everybody, this is Jose Heredia with ADJ. We're here for another Facebook Live, now on a Thursday, oddly enough, but that's okay. We are coming to you straight from our video room here at ADJ headquarters, and today we're going to talk to you about one particular product that is just hitting the streets. It is this one right here, the 18P Hex. Now I also brought its other brothers to kind of show you the difference as far as our Hex products for this category or this series. And we want to say that this has been very successful for their shows, their clubs, their mobile DJ gigs, for all sorts of amazing events and venues. What the Hex is 6 distinct colors. We're talking about red, which I'm going to go ahead and turn on now. We got red, green, blue, white, amber, and UV. So those 2 added colors usually will have a tri or a quad. With the quad, it's usually a red, green, blue, and white, or red, green, blue, and amber. But now we have all these available colors which allow you to do all sorts of cool and dynamic colors. So let's go ahead and start with the introductions. To your left, to my right, is the smallest of the brothers. This is probably the first one that was introduced to the Hex line. This is the 5P Hex. Let's go ahead and turn them off so that you guys can see that. It's super bright. The 5P Hex contains 5 10-watt Hex LEDs on the front. Okay, it's a relatively smaller size, great for mobile DJs, especially for truss warming. If you do a lot of trusses, this fits nice and neat inside the truss. And we move on to the next brother, which is the 12P Hex. This one contains 12 12-watt Hex LEDs, and this one also contains already included is the gel frame holder, and this is the gel frame, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit as far as what the advantages of that is. And then moving on to the biggest brother, the newest addition to the family. This is the 12P Hex, and in the front we contain 18 12-watt. Did I say another number? I'm sorry. 12P Hex. No, it's 18P Hex containing 18 12-watt Hex LEDs. And the difference in brightness is very staggering. And as far as size, is definitely much bigger than the 5P Hex. And we could break down the many uses. The 12P Hex would be great for mobile DJs, for bands, for even clubs. The 18P Hex, of course, it's much bigger. Brighter output, and that one would be more suited for medium scale nightclubs, maybe even theater applications, permanent installations, inside architectural applications, so you can install this anywhere where you need a much brighter output fixture than what you typically normally have. So let's dive into the 18P Hex. Again, we have the included gel frame holder, which is very important for a lot of applications. In the back here, we do have our typical power input, our power output, if you want a daisy chain, and this is PowerCon connections. They're not IEC, so it's a little bit more rugged and professional. We have 3-pin input and 3-pin output. And in the back here, we have our LCD display, which we can go through the different modes. If I hold the mode button for a few seconds, it activates the display. Right now we're in DMX mode, addressed to channel 1. If I hit enter, we have our different channel modes, and we do have several channel modes. This is the highest channel mode, channel 12, but we can go to the other ones, which is 8, 7, 6, and of course 12. And going on to the different modes, you just hit the mode button and it moves on to the different modes. You can actually go to specific color modes, which allows you to pick preset colors, which has a total of 63 colors. You can go to RGB, amber, white, and UV dimming modes, which allow you to custom make your very own color and leave it as a static color. It has show modes, which allow you to have a show, kind of like a dimming show mode, and that has preset colors which allow you to dim between different colors. And of course, we have our sound active and DMX. We also have 4 rubber feet, so that if you wanted to lay this very flat, you can, and it won't affect how the cables will run. So they have one-sided cables, so if you are using this for, let's say, uplighting, you could lay this flat on the floor and be able to connect your cables on one side. You could actually have this side pointed towards the wall and hide your cable runs for the room and venue. And the body is very robust. It's an aluminum body. It's a full metal body, and it certainly will take a beating. Now, going into the gel frame holder, as I said before, the gel frame holder is really to allow you not only to put gels in there, I mean, you can, but to put diffusers. And in this case, I'm going to put a diffuser, and the way to operate it is there's a kind of like a clamp that holds the gel frame holder in place. You squeeze the gel frame holder, and then you slide it out. It's a little rough because it's brand new. And this gel frame is where you would put your frames. In this case, I have different diffusers. I could put the diffuser, this is a 30-degree diffuser, and put that diffuser in there. I've already pre-cut it to the size I need, and slide it back in. There you go. It's a little rough coming in, and now it's locked in place and it's not going to go anywhere. You could actually mount this upside down or mount it on the stage, and it's going to stay firmly in place. And let's see how the gel frame holder will hold up. So here's the difference, one without the gel frame holder or gel diffuser and one with. So, oh, let's try this. Nope. Oh, I see. I didn't have it back to the DMX channel. No worries, here we go. Let's go back over here. DMX channel. There we go. So there you have it, kind of a difference of how it looks with a gel frame holder and without. And as far as diffusion, I'm going to point it towards the wall. Watch out, everybody, I'm going to point it towards you. So this is how the light will act according if you shine it up against the wall, so you guys can see the difference. So I'm going to remove the gel frame with the diffuser, and you'll see a difference of how the light will act. Right now, without the gel frame, it is a very even wash. It has about a 30-degree beam angle, but when I add the gel, it kind of softens it up a little bit and adds a little bit more angle to that, maybe about 40 degrees. So here it is. Oops. That's with the gel frame. That's without the diffuser or gel frame. With the diffuser and without. So good example of how to use it. I'm just going to leave it out. And that's really, in a nutshell, the 18P hex. I mean, really flexible light, robust, very powerful with the 18 12-watt hex LEDs in the front. And this is a truly professional grade equipment light. So if you have any questions, go ahead and feel free to post them up on the chat room on the Facebook Live. It looks like we do.
A lot of people are asking for the price.
Oh, the price, of course, the all legendary price. Okay, so starting from the very lowest, the 5P hex, we're looking at about approximately $200. Moving up to Malcolm in the middle, that would be $350 for the 12P hex. And then the big brother, Greg Brady, we're looking at about $400 street map price. So that's pretty much the difference as far as price. And I'm going to show you really a cool thing why the hex colors are really important. So you can create all sorts of interesting colors that you could not create with a traditional tri-color LED or a quad color LED. For instance, this color is my favorite. This is a hot pink. This is the coolest, trendiest, sexiest color you can have for a wedding, a quinceañera, a nightclub, an 80s party. And what we did is we had red, and we just add a little bit of the UV, and you get this really nice hot pink. This other color, which I don't even know how to describe, this is, I call a neon pink, and we have UV plus amber. And I'm sure the camera isn't really capturing the true color of this. It's not going to give it justice, but in real life, it looks like a color that you've never seen before. It's quite amazing.
We could put it on the wall, maybe?
We could shine it on the wall. Here we go. Check that out. So that's the neon pink, quote unquote. This is the hot pink. That looks better this way. Check out this color. This is what I call deep orange, and it's amber mixed with red to give you a really nice deep orange, what I like to call. And then, of course, we have pastels. Easter is coming up this weekend, so we're all about the pastels for Easter. We're talking about a very light red, very light green, very light blue, and we even added a little bit of amber with the white, and it kind of gives us a nice orangey white or a warm white. So pastels are obviously really good, very nice to have in your arsenal in case you're doing like an Easter party, maybe a tea party, a princess party, something that requires a little light touch with the color, not too heavy-handed, but we do have those really cool basic colors, the red, the green, the blue, the white, the amber, and of course the UV. And speaking of the UV, check it out. Now, if we can have our lighting technician turn off the lights, hit the I button. Here I have a U-reflective tape where it looks normal on this side. You kind of see it a little bit more, but when I put it on the UV, check that out. That just pops. That is a UV that you kind of want to have and keep. And it turns out that I also have a bioluminescent putty that I bought, and I'll just put partially the putty next to the light, and you're going to see that it just kind of glows, and it kind of gives it a nice deep glow. So that's pretty awesome UV, if I say so myself. If for anything, this is a really great UV product, but because it has added colors, you know, you got more versatility out of one fixture. It's really a Swiss Army knife, I like to call them, of the lighting industry. Sure, let's go back to UV, check it out. That just seems to pop. There we go, how about that? UV power. I love that color. And this works with also paints. If you are a DJ that does 80s style parties, we have several 80s themed nightclubs here in Los Angeles, and mostly all of the 80s themed nightclubs have UV products from ADJ, and they benefit greatly from the UV light because they paint their walls with a very special reflective light that reacts to the UV color and makes it a really cool, eye-pleasing, eye-candy type of effect. So that is the UV. And of course, we have our typical rainbow of colors that we've programmed here. So again, any questions you may have, go ahead and post them up on the chat room and the Facebook Live. Hopefully, yes, go ahead and put the lights back on.
Brian Willard, PowerCon or IEC?
Oh, good question. So they're both, actually. It depends on the fixture. The smaller 5P hex is IEC, and the bigger 12P and 18P hex is, IEC on the 12P and the 5P. My apologies. And PowerCon on the bigger 18P hex. So they have both depending on your situation. If you're looking for PowerCon, try the 18P hex, much more true professional grade level. The 5P and the 12P have IEC, so if you have tons of IEC cables, maybe that's an option for you. And I want to go ahead and take a moment to send out a big shout out to all our viewers watching us right now from all over the world. Who are you? Make yourself known. I'm going to go ahead and call you guys out by name and welcome you to the show. Oh, there we go. Very nice. Here we go. And if you like, post where you're calling us from. Oops. Here we go. So the chat is Daniel Chavez, Michael Vandermus, Joey Blue. Hey, welcome, Joey. Thanks for tuning in. Brian Williard.
He has 32 of the 5P hexes.
It's the 32?
He has 32 of the 5P hexes.
Oh my goodness. You have 32 of the 5P hexes in your show. That is amazing, Brian. I'm sure you can vouch for the power of the hex products for the 5P. Now imagine if you had the 18P hex, how much more powerful you can get for large scale events or medium scale events. Jack Dotson, how much are they? I'll go ahead and repeat the price real quick. 18P hex, I'm going to swing it around here. Sorry, blinding you guys. The 18P hex, we're talking about approximately $400. The 12P hex, we're looking at about $350. And the 5P hex, we're looking at about $200. So that is the price range for these beautiful and versatile products. Steve Martin, hi guys, how are you? Misael Lanasco Granados, hola, saludos, buenas tardes.
Germany.
Oh, Germany, nice.
Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta, excellent. You guys are definitely tuning in. Greetings from Germany.
Got a question. Are these wireless DMX? Edwin Lopez.
Oh, Edwin, good question. Are these wireless DMX? No, they are not wireless DMX. These are traditional line-in DMX. However, you can buy optional ADJ Wi-Fi transceiver EXR that you can have in a run of lights if you're planning to use them for uplighting or maybe hang them from a truss. And you could certainly wire these with a Wi-Fi transceiver, which sends a signal wireless to the transceiver, and from the transceiver you can hardwire your lights together. So that's an option if you wanted to go wireless. But no, there's no wireless DMX in these products. However, we also have another option. We have the Wi-Fi. I think the Wi-Fi 5P hex. I'm going to have to double check, but that is a fixture that has wireless Wi-Fi and it has hex capability, so it has 6 colors. I'm going to have to double check on the name. But yes, these are not Wi-Fi compatible or wireless DMX. The price, everybody wants to know about the price. Price again, we're looking at about $400, $350 for the 12P hex, and $200 for the 5P hex. Make sure you go on our website, adj.com. You can either type in a search for the hex products, or you can directly go to each product page. There's a little drop-down menu link, and it gets you directly to the page itself. But more importantly, if you want to know how to buy these products, we do have a dealer locator inside the web page. You type in your zip code or city, and a listing of all the local dealers in your area will come up, and you can contact them and find out more information how to buy them.
What's the LED wattage?
What's the LED wattage? Oh, Christopher Easby, LED wattage. So here's the breakdown. The 5P hex contains 5 10-watt LEDs. The 12P hex contains 12 12-watt LEDs. And the 18P hex contains 18 12-watt LEDs. So 12 watts for the 18P and the 12P hex, and 10 watts for the 5P hex. Okay?
So I think what they're trying to say is how much wattage is the UV. So if you take that 12,
Oh.
6, it's 2 watts.
Oh, okay. So you're asking the wattage for each individual LED color, because
So that's a 36 watt LED.
36 watt LEDs. So for the whole part cam, right? So you multiply the LEDs to the amount of watts, and that's how you get it. But or you divide the each LED power by 6, and that's the total wattage per LED. It's a good question, guys. Keep them coming. You're welcome. Ulises Maltos, DJ Barbaro, thank you very much. You're welcome. Christopher Easby, thank you very much. Wi-Fi branch D6 if you have a lot of hex. Oh, good suggestion, Brian. So if you do run a lot of hex products like Brian does, you can buy a Wi-Fi branch that'll help a little bit in the managing of not only the DMX output, you can plug in multiple DMX outputs, but also have a Wi-Fi capability. That was another good suggestion. All right, so again, other questions you may have, go ahead and post them up right here on the chat room. The 12P hex really landed in our headquarters a few days ago. We've announced this product. I believe back in NAM earlier this year, but they've actually have arrived in our showroom and ready to ship.
Christopher wants to know about frost filters. Are those available?
Yes, Christopher Easby, what about frost filters? Are those available? Yes, they are available. So I'm glad you mentioned that because I happen to have 3 different frost filters, and we can talk a little bit about these filters. So I have several of these, and you could buy them in the sheets. We do sell them. Ask your dealer for these specific frost filters. They come in a roll. You cut them out to the size you need them. And I do have this one, which happens to be, I marked it down here, is a 20-degree frost filter. I don't know if that makes any difference of how you can see, but it's a kind of like a plastic sheet, and it has a diffusion in it. I'm going to put my hand here, and that's a 20%. Okay. Here is a 10%, so you can see a little bit more through with the 10%. There's less diffusion. And here's a 30%, so you can see less of that light coming in through the 30 degree. I should say 30%, 30 degree. 30 degree, 10 degree, and 20 degree. We also have LSF filters, light shaping filters, which essentially is the same kind of concept. However, the way the filter is designed or manufactured allows you to have 2 different degree beam angles. There are microscopic lines that run across the filter. So if you hold it in one way and put it in front of the light, it gives you a wide 60-degree beam. If you turn it around, you can have a 1-degree beam, so it'll give you a very nice tight degree. Flip it around, 60 degrees. So it's really cool. LSF filters. Check them out.
Wants to know if we sell the filters.
Yes, we do sell the filters. I don't know the specific part number or bin number. It's on our website. Starts with LSF. You can search the website under LSF, and you can have more information on these filters. Go to your retailer. Your ADJ retailer will give you more information, and they're more like an accessory that a lot of retailers already have on hand. Production companies will have filters available for you to purchase, but ADJ does make our own filters that you can purchase through rolls and cut them out to any shape and size. As you can see, the 18p hex has a very different size than the 12p hex, and therefore you're going to need to custom make and cut your filters for yourself. So there you go. I'm sorry about the light output. It's too bright. These LEDs are too bright. Another thing I forgot to mention is the ability to operate these remotely. I mean, we have them connected here via DMX, but the 18p hex, the 12p hex, and the 5p hex can also be controlled via RF remote. This is an optional remote. It does not come included in the box. And you can buy this remote to be able to connect the fixture to your remote and be able to control it. Now, if you have a scenario where you're providing uplighting at a wedding, you don't want to bring a DMX controller, you don't want to bring a laptop, you can plug your fixtures together via DMX, kind of a master-slave scenario, and daisy chain them throughout the venue. And then just using one remote, you can control all the lights, especially if you have one acting as a master, sending the signal to all the slaves. So that's one way of operating. So the RF remote, check into it. Any other questions, guys? All right, the 18p hex is a beast of a fixture. Yes, it is, Moy Munoz. This is huge, but we have another fixture that is even bigger, but it's not a hex. It's actually a quad LED. The 7p IP fixture is bigger than this one, and it has zoom, and maybe we'll do a Facebook Live on that one at some other time. Yes, we sell the filters. Christopher Easby, thank you very much for the question. Moy Munoz, thank you very much. Mark Lenz, hello. Welcome to our show. You guys have any other questions? A lot of people watching us from all over the world. Tyler, Texas, Louisiana, New York City. Yeah. DJ Len? DJ Pun. And that wouldn't be the same as Big Pun? DJ Big Pun? No.
I just like the name
Pun is a good name. Yes.
Did you cover the scissor yokes?
Sure.
the feet
Yes.
and sideways how you plug it in.
Okay, great. So there's a couple of ways of mounting and operating this fixture and all the other hex fixtures. It already comes included with a scissor yoke, and this scissor yoke allows you to mount it on the floor, on a table, on a shelf, and then using the scissor yoke, it opens up the feet. You could combine them together and mount them on like a stand, a light stand, and he has a hole here so that you can run your bolt and your screw. If you split the scissor yoke, you get two nice feet that you can use to stand it. There are two knobs on either side that allow you to tighten or loosen the yokes so that you are more flexible to open them. Obviously, if you're having them sit down on the floor, they have a tendency to split open, so you just got to be careful, have them nice and tight. Now that you have them on the floor, you can actually tilt the head in any direction you like. So you can go straight up, go in an angle, go kind of a downward position, or what you can do is lay them flat on the floor. It does have 4 rubber feet on the bottom of the fixture that keeps the fixture nice and safe from scratches and dents. The feet also eliminates any kind of vibration. And on one side of the fixture, we have all your inputs coming in and allowing you to really have a true flat design, giving you straight up and down type of angle in case you want to use it as an uplight. And again, really heavy construction. It is a little bit heavier than a 5P hex. I can get you the exact weight, but more of a professional build fixture for, you know, medium-sized clubs, theater applications. You could definitely use this as a mobile DJ. However, we do have the 5P hex is a lot lighter and a lot less weight, and then even the 12P hex for like a medium-sized mobile DJ application. And of course, you can mount this upside down on a truss, sideways on a totem. Use almost any kind of T-bar or bars to mount them in any way you like. So that's how you would be able to operate these fixtures. And the same goes through with the other fixtures as well. They have the same yoke design. Thanks very much for that question, guys. Keep those questions coming. Can I get your filter sizes and prices if you need to buy any?
That's to Moy.
Oh, I can get you. Oh, sorry, I read it wrong. Brian Willard, thank you very much. I can get you the filter size. Yeah, we have actually throughout our Facebook Live broadcast, some of our dealers tune in and watch our shows live as they happen. They'll be glad to help you and try to get all the products that you need to be able to have for your next show, your venue, or your business. So this is really cool. 18P hex, 12P hex, 5P hex, hex LEDs containing 6 colors: red, green, blue, white, amber, and UV. And how about that UV? Shall we go back to the UV? Check out the UV.
Moy wants to know if the 18P hex do a good wash to the dance floor.
Oh, okay. So, Moy, does the 18P hex do a good wash on the dance floor? For sure. Absolutely. So let's say the dance floor is right here. We're going to pretend that this is a dance floor. It's at Candace's feet. Ooh, we're destroying everything. So what if I do like a show? There we go. Yeah, let's do it on the wall instead. So let's pretend the wall is a dance floor. And here we have our 18P hex right on the wall. And right now I did a quick show I created on the scene generator on my DMX 3.0. I called it Red, White, and Blue. And you can quickly see how they operate. They do have sound active mode. So if you are planning to do this as a dance floor effect light, you don't have to run DMX. All you have to do is manually input your mode into sound active, and it would listen to the beat. Usually it's the lower frequencies, and change colors according to the beat. You can also change the volume of the sensitivity of the microphone so that if it's too sensitive and it just changes too fast, you could adjust that and be able to, you know, adjust the sensitivity. So that's.
The 18p hex for a dance floor might be too bright.
It might be too bright. Yeah, you're right. You could, if it's too bright, dim down the fixture. Luckily, my DMX has a great new feature called the Master Dimmer, and right on the screen, I could bring down the brightness of the fixture. So if they get too bright, you could adjust that brightness right away, and that applies to all the fixtures in your patch, in your programming. But you know, I like to just go full blast, unless, and this happened to me a couple of weeks ago. You get a very nice grandma, little old lady says, "They're too bright, they're right in my eyes." Then you can go ahead and adjust the dimming. No worry, man, we can go ahead and adjust that. Master dimmer fader on there. Yeah, it's bright. It's blinding Candace. I already shot her a couple of times. So take it from us. The 18p hex is super bright, and you got to be careful not to shine it in people's eyes, and point it to where people aren't mostly not going to be. If you're going to use this for a stage application, this is great because you got a wide coverage, brighter outputs on the more LEDs on the face of the fixture. So, and if you include the diffusion lenses, so here's, let's start with a 10 degree. I'm going to point it to the wall. Here's the 10 degree. Okay, a nice diffusion. Kind of breaks up the pattern. Here, let's do basic colors. I'm going to go with the 20 degree, with it and without, with. It's kind of like an eye test. Is A or B better? A or B? And here's a 30 degree, kind of like our widest one. I believe we have 2 more degrees available, if I'm not mistaken, maybe a 60 degree. So here's a 30 degree with, without, with, without. It's really cool. These filters come in handy. Even if you're not planning on using them for your next venue, go ahead and buy them and have them in your shop or garage handy for in case, or even in your truck or trailer, just to kind of have them in the side. They come in a roll, so they don't take up a lot of space. Take the roll with you, because you never know if you get to a venue and you see that it's just too narrow, the beam is not going to work. You can put these diffusion lenses and open up that diffusion. You know, I'm going to admit, I used the ADJ Mega GoPar 64, and all the time I use a diffuser, and it's already installed there permanently. I don't even take it off because I kind of like the diffuse that it produces on my fixture. So that's just kind of like a little tip. So yes, diffuse lenses with the included gel frame holder, already included for the 12p hex and 18p hex. The 5p hex does not contain a gel holder, but if you do need a gel frame holder, I would suggest even the 12p hex for that. Go for the 18p hex if you want more power. So it's your choice. Any other questions out there, my friends?
Samir wants to know how many DMX channels.
Samir, DMX channels. So at the very most, we're talking about 12 DMX channels. And that's the highest DMX channel mode available. At the very least, you get 6. So full control over each color from 0 to 100%, red, green, blue, white, amber, and UV. At the very least, 6 channels. At the very most, 12. It gives you full control over not only the LEDs, but dimming, strobe. There's also channels for, let's see here, going back to my patch. Okay, so we have a control over the show, the dimmer effects, and dimming curves. I don't know if you guys are familiar with dimming curves. Let me show you why it's important to have dimming curves. Here we go. So I'm going to point these in the same direction, sorry. And I've set up a scene where each one of these fixtures has a different dimming curve. So the 5p hex has no dimming curve, it's straight, standard. This one has a different dimming curve, I believe that's TV, and then this one has a theater dimming curve, which is a little bit more shallow. So check this out, and you tell me why it's important. So when I turn them off, oops, let's try this again. So when I turn them off, they're going to turn off at different rates. That's why you want to have a dimming curve, because there's going to be applications such as if you're in a theater that you want to mimic the traditional tungsten type feel of a lamp. In this case, this is the most shallow dimming curve available. It just kind of fades away very nice and slowly. Where this one has a little bit of fade and this one has no fade. And you can see the difference. And it works both when you're turning it off and turning it on. And the way you activate it is you go to that specific DMX channel. I believe it is channel 12 in your DMX traits, and you have several dimming curves available. So I think it's a great way to demonstrate that. Any other questions, guys? Would love to answer them. Any other? Oh, let me check, see if there's questions. Yo tengo dos reflectores, says Juan José Casares, y están súper padres. Oh, gracias, gracias. ¿Cuál de los tres tienes? Brian Weller, 30, 20, and 60. Oh, yeah, so those are the additional diffuser gels that are available. Hello from Hamilton, Ontario, Austin Andrade. Hamilton, thanks for watching, guys. If there aren't any questions, I think we'll go ahead and close out this session of our Facebook Live. Again, just to kind of give you a recap, we're looking at the brand new 18P Hex by ADJ. This guy right here is the largest, most brightest of the fixtures of our Hex products. The Hex line includes the 12P Hex and the 5P Hex. The 5P Hex contains 5 10-watt Hex LEDs. That's a total of 6 colors: red, green, blue, white, amber, and UV. The 12P Hex contains 12 12-watt Hex LEDs. And finally, the 18P Hex contains 18 12-watt Hex LEDs. And each one of these fixtures offer great opportunities for all sorts of applications, all sorts of venue sizes, all sorts of job requirements. So if you're looking for something that's super bright, professional, heavy-duty grade, 18P Hex is a way to go. If you're looking for somewhere in the middle where it's professional grade, yet offers a little bit lightweight, you can go with the 12P Hex. Or if you want to use something that's super light, mobile, and lightweight, go with the 5P Hex. And they all offer great opportunities. And to recap the price, we're looking at $200 approximately for the 5P Hex, $350 for the 12P Hex, and $400 for the 18P Hex. Any further questions? Last call? Guys, it's been amazing. Thank you very much for tuning in to a Thursday Facebook Live from everybody here at ADJ headquarters. We'd like to thank you. Make sure you go to our website for more information about these products and many other products that we offer. And of course, follow us on Facebook, which you are right now. We have a Twitter account, we have an Instagram account, we have a YouTube account, and we have a Snapchat account. So check those out. Everybody, thanks very, very much for watching. We'll see you next time.